Leon Big Samuel. Well, boy, I think based on our age, chances are I'm going to go before you. But I was paying attention. Based on the fact that I'm older than you, chances are I am going to go before you. You know. But I was listening. I was listening Parliament, and it seemed the politics of the dead is a consistent thing in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. You know, wherein that it's almost like Dr. Gonsalves was trying to prove that he was closer to Sir James than members of his own party.
Yes.
You know, he was so going down that road, and you know, talking about conversations that I don't know whether he imagined or intended to be private. You know, was not necessarily complimenting the new members of the party, but so like I said, chances are if I'm around when you pass, the ones who would be trying to dig out your eye and to put you before some kangaroo court tribunal where you had to go and spend money and go all the way to the Supreme Court, the highest court of the land, to clear your name, and to hear the lovely things that can be said because of the politics of the dead.
Carla,
yes, sir.
We forgetting one thing, that Ralph Gonsalves is a politician. And everything that Ralph Gonsalves is politics. I thought, this is my opinion, I do not feel that Ralph Gonsalves have in his mind and his heart at times anything but politics. And I like how you started this morning, because it's right there we're going to start this morning, Karen. Because I just look at a presentation, a tribute from Prime Minister Keith Mitchell of Grenada. Just finished his tribute there. So I was happy that I was able to watch it in its entirety. And I said it was touching. But one of the things that really come away from that speech that Keith Mitchell just made there is when he spoke about touching the life of people, making people's life better, should be first and foremost and number one. Politics should take second, must and should take second place. And trust me, that alone, Carla, for me, make that tribute to Sir James from Keith Mitchell the best I've heard so far. It's all about people, Carla, and if we go, and a matter of fact, he is saying it because we want everybody in the Caribbean to hear this. And what he has just done in Grenada is a living proof that what he is saying is a fact. Because we heard about him paying to frontline workers in Grenada double salary, and who can afford to give double salaries to, he gives half.
And I was wondering, when I heard that, when I heard that, I was wondering if that was going to happen here too, because of all the money that they're saving with the gratuity and the senior teachers, the senior teachers who, whose salary would no longer be a burden to the government. I was wondering if some, magic that they were going to jump on that political bandwagon where we too can give double salary too.
I know it wasn't going to happen, Carla, because one of my friends, and I do, herself and her husband are big supporters of Phoenix Kitchen, and that is Loan Hathaway and her husband, Dean Hathaway. Luan had we put up on Facebook that Ralph was going to follow suit. Little. I said I wrote back and update, and a matter of fact, I did a post with it on 6. I said the only how Ralph Gonzalez is going to pay double salary to anybody, or even half salary to anybody, if it is going to the poll next year. That would have been, for me, a strong indication that we're going to the poll next year. So because we ain't going to the poll next year, willingly, that's because, I mean, anything I talk about, maybe he could be forced to go to the poll next year. But if you are going, if you only how, if you are going to the poll willingly, then every frontline worker would have been getting double salary. But instead, I heard it last night, and it was so painful. When a policeman for 27 years says the first time, that means he would have worked at least 20 years, 21 years under Rav Gonzalez, and 6 years under the NDP. And none of the government he ever went to the bank and he meet a salary. Carly, that's all. I've been there, done that. But before I go into that part, I will come back to it. I just want to just use this opportunity, Carly, for that what yourself and Doug has given me this morning, and the people of Finland who normally make it their business to listen. I just want to say farewell to a friend. Farewell to Sir James. Even though I was a bit annoyed with him to the end, because you know my position and making vaccine mandatory and people losing their livelihood, I wasn't free. And he said something that I was a bit upset with him, but that didn't mean I lost love for him. And as yesterday itself, I was telling I think it was either Arlene or Marlene, somebody was saying it too, that Sir James went to Europe some time ago. That's about 6-7 years ago when he went to Europe. And he came back, he called me at his home. He said, did I bring some? I'm back now. I said, welcome back home, Sir James. He said, but I want to see you. So I went by him. So I bring back a little token of appreciation of your friendship, of our friendship. And he handed to me a pack of dark Belgium chocolate, because you know, if I eat any chocolate, the only chocolate I eat is have to be black, dark. It's 80%, 90%. If I even 95%, you need just a little bit of sweetness inside it. Because I like a dark chocolate, very dark chocolate. Like a pack of Belgium dark chocolate for me. I had the pack, but in the fridge until when I lost my electricity, when me help a clean out, it threw the pack. I went over going to keep the pack. And then about 2-3 weeks ago, the pack was thrown away. The only reason I didn't go in the garbage and look for it is because the garbage truck would have already passed and carried already garbage. So I didn't want to lose that pack. But he gave to me also too a thermometer that I have in my position still. And a Swiss knife. I have this Swiss knife with me still. I still have it still. I want to just let persons know that that is how close me and Sir James was and how we have able to come. Not knowing him personally when his government had given us, given to Bigger Trucking and Black a fiscal incentive. I didn't know him. I didn't know that close to him. I knew him, but he wasn't that close as a friend. We grew closer after he came out of politics. When he could not have done much to me, much for me. You know what I mean? But his friendship was enough for me, and I just wanted to say the only reason that I'm not here today, I try to avoid crowd, cars, and people at Finland. I believe that this corona is real, but for me, I still believe one of the best way to fight it is to continue to wash our hands, use sanitizer where we cannot wash hands, wear our mask, social, and don't forget, distance yourself. And it might be difficult, even though I got time in math and everything, it might be difficult for me to defend myself. But you know, that friendship will always be one in my heart. And now you're gone, so James, I will now cherish that Swiss knife you brought all the way back from Europe and give it to me as a token of appreciation. Because sometimes I was telling a friend of mine, well, some friends this morning in Richmond Park, and I went to deliver birth, that I am one of those poor fools who don't spend time thinking and worried about death while I'm alive. There'll be enough time to think about death when you're dead. Even though you cannot think when you're dead, but when you're dead, you're dead. I don't want to spend time while I'm alive worrying about death. I want to spend time thinking about the life that are around me, and those that are willing to give me the opportunity to help them to make their life and my life better. That is what I'm worried about. That is what I want to do, is to make life, to make me living and the life of the living around me better. I don't want to exploit anybody. So long, Sir James, and I could tell you, Sir James, the namesake, Uncle Keith, did justice with his contribution to you this morning. So long, my friend. You live a long and healthy life. Because I would not venture to say anything about the vaccine, but I could tell you, the last time I met you and I saw you, you were pushing a basket going into the supermarket and his veil. I could say, great supermarket and his veil. And he was strong. And I said like this to myself, I didn't say to you, that look like a man who will make it to 100. But I still have my opinion, and you still have vaccine. Go right ahead, Mike. You made a choice. You go on to the great beyond. One of these days, we all will meet on that beautiful show, because this world is not our home, and I just wanted to thank for your study. Carlisle, let me hail up my usual. To you, Carlisle, I want to say good morning to you, Carlisle, and thank you, Carlisle, for this opportunity that you and Dougie and the different of somebody gives to me. Like I used to speak here in the morning. People like, can I be amazed as a person who say, bigger every time you're on radio. I listen. And good morning to you, my friend, Mr. Hahn. The whole Hahn family, but more so, Maurice Hahn, good morning to you. And good morning to you, Great Hahn. As two brothers and friends, you could not have friends. You are the Hahn's brothers, but I glad to hear you to say that, Maurice. That you listen to me every time. I speak. Good morning to Maurice Hahn. Good morning to Sister Shiva Tone. Good morning to you. I hope you have Carla. I have a Carla. Come and play with him. Good morning to you.
Boy. I forget to mention Jennifer Shepperton has three horses marked. And you see them late nights that I've been running lately, all them things, they powered by 3 horses marked. Without 3 horses, I wouldn't make it.
Hey, Carla,
give me horsepower.
Horsepower malt. Yeah, you have to remember the horsepower. Yeah, you remember the horsepower malt, Carla.
Yes.
Yeah. So good morning to you, Luzette King. Thanks for that visit to give to us at the Amber yesterday, my dear. Good morning to you, Luzette King. Margaret London, Margaret, me seen you now here on Facebook. So Margaret, me seen you here. Good morning to you, Margaret London. Good morning to you, Dougie the Freighter. Good morning to you. Well, I go shout out Bing still, but I don't know here because I need to be busy right now. With his son-in-law, General Goodman. Good morning to you, Bing. Good morning to you, Slider. Leanne Mackenzie, my namesake. Good morning, Leanne. Good morning to you, Keegan. And I gotta get back to the issue of Segan just now. The Segan was on point, Starlight. Not sure what to say. Segan was on point. So good morning to you, Segan. Yeah, good morning. Good morning to you, Dr. Wayne Murray. Whenever my head, give me a little headache or anything, the doctor I run to. A doctor I could trust. Good morning to you, Wayne Murray.
Boy, speaking of doctors, I got to run into the doctor that performs surgery on me.
Is that what?
I got to run into the doctor that performed my surgery.
Oh, Dr. Murray?
No, not Dr. Murray, Dr. Dishong.
Oh, okay.
I got to remind him that the bullet is still in my leg. Boy, if you see face.
Oh, okay. well, me and Dishang is good friend, and when Dishang was doing his house, he bought all his back from me. We are good friends.
I hear you.
He was eye to eyes.
I hear you.
He supports me when I had my black flag win.
Mm-hmm.
And that 11 years ago, he was a big customer of ours. So.
Mm-hmm.
So good morning to you, Dr. Dishang. Wherever you are, but it was not we're not seeing through the same lens at this time, my brother. Good day to you. Good day to you, Bishai. And I tell you, Carl, this week, I forget a people. Oh, Abraham, good morning to you. Troublesome Abraham and friends. Abraham, I tell you, Carl, I tell you, that's a friend, I tell you. I tell you, Abraham will just tell you and call it as is, eh? Then it's nothing. I tell you, I hope that one of these days you'll find a true place in the development of things into the England in Abraham. You deserve it. Trust me, I'm sure you'll do a better job than the speaker we have there right now. But, you go. Because that speaker we have there, never hear ULP did any wickedness, never did anything wicked to anybody. He never heard. He never hear ULP. Johnny bad things to anybody? No. Nowhere. He never heard it. Yeah. So then I'll expect any defense in the out of parliament now. And what a time. Abraham, have a good day, my brother. And I'm sure I still be getting somebody still. Oh, Doug and Mike Brown in the United States. 2 persons have come to me. I'm ready, and I still coming to me still. I want to thank you all. All right. Segan was making a point. And let me go back, and let me just be real. Right now, you could say there's a restriction on unvaccinated persons from traveling any part of the world.
That's true.
I'm not saying a no-go, but serious restriction. You're not going to leave or get into anybody's country so easily being unvaccinated. But still, we are hearing how these new strain of viruses is reaching different shores in the world. So if the unvaccinated are restricted from traveling, most so hardly could get onto an aircraft. How those new strains are transported, are spread again. And this is the part that I cannot understand, and this is the same thing we were having yesterday, a conversation, me and someone. How intelligent people can sit down and really transmit some of these information knowingly, and I should say that not everybody who heard, because like take for instance like now it's Christmas time. You got some people who will just lose their mind. And they will spend dust like it's theirs for tomorrow. But there are some other people, drunk or sober, have their head on, eh? So even though when they were able to convince a lot of people in the world that the unvaccinated people are the ones who are creating problems, and try to say things that is so, you really want these people stop, like the mind, the brain on a holiday.
Yeah, but I can tell you bigger that I got this news last week. one of my uncles, one of my mother's brothers.
You already went with the college up in Alabama.
One of my uncles, one of my mother's brothers, who is fully vaccinated, who is a retired health professional. He recently contracted COVID-19.
And he's fully vaccinated.
And he's fully vaccinated.
Exactly, Carlisle.
You see, this
and I feel like about the Carlisle.
Here is the kicker with it. He did not have any symptoms.
He didn't have any symptoms?
No.
You see what I mean?
He did not get sick.
And that is the same thing that happens to some people too, who are unvaccinated. They will have the COVID, but they do not have any symptoms either. But they are unvaccinated. So
but the argument that they're making, is that if he was unvaccinated, chances are I would have killed him. It's my mother's brother. He's 80-something years old.
And that is and there's where the dishonesty come in, because there's a lot of people in his young age who are unvaccinated, asymptomatic, and they live, Carlisle. They live. So not because they take vaccine, vaccine that.
What they're saying that the reason that he's asymptomatic is because he's vaccinated.
So, but what about those persons who are asymptomatic now, who are unvaccinated? What are you going to say about that now too? You see?
Like I said.
You see where the argument comes in, Carlisle? So for me, persons, I know for sure, because I said to you, Carlisle, and you ask me children, when I get married, and if we are graduate or do graduate, no, Carlisle, they could marry that. One of these days, if they feel like, and they could come and get another aircraft, they'll come and see that my days, at this moment, the situation that's happening to the world right now, traveling days are over. You hear?
Okay.
And so if unvaccinated people cannot get an aircraft to go anywhere, how those viruses are transmitted again? So like sometimes we stop, take our mind off holidays, and I always say like this. Whenever I lose their mind, I want to keep mine. Trust me, Carlisle. I want to keep mine. No, enough with that. Because I don't want to spend time with this vaccine, because I already made my decision already. And I ain't see how I'm going to change that so easily unless something come up. That they have a vaccine that when I take it, I'm not going to get COVID again. Period. It will do like what the other vaccine them does, prevent me from getting the COVID virus. Until then, I'll continue to use my lemon, my lime, my lemon, my lime, my garlic, my ginger, and everything that I could use to continue to boost my immune system, my vaccination system, my vaccination factory that the Lord placed in me when He put me here on this spot. I don't have to travel. All I want is to be left by Ras Gonzalez alone. Now, Carlisle, 11 years ago, and I think it's too long after that you start this battle with me to bring out the evil. I came out and I told Vincent up and down this country with placard in my hand and tell Vincent that what was done to me, I was innocent of it. I didn't do none of what Ras Gonzalez them had accused me of. Nothing. At the time, we know that at 11 years ago when Ras Gonzalez government was in pink as an individual, as a human being, would have been about 65, still young. And he was full of energy and vigor. Little me had to stand up to the might of the ULP and the Ras Gonzalez. Up and down St. Vincent with a placard in my hand. Those days that was in America. All I had was wrong me was me three children that I was single parent of. Even though I went in Victoria Park, all sort of insult was all of me when they had the launch of the reparation committee when Bunny Wheel and all, and they come and sing big tunes and songs. Bunny Wheel and all, like we went all by the Methodist church where I met Bunny Wheeler in person with my backyard on my, but nobody seemed to care because what Ras Gonzalez told them was the gospel truth. Bigger Big was mashing up Rebecca. It took forces like Bishai, Philma Isaac, Dr. The environmentalist Murray.
Dr. Murray, yes. Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? The environmentalist one. You know what I mean? And then the medical one. All of the forces.
Martian Mills.
Who took time? Marlon Mills.
Yeah, Marlon, yes.
Otimev. You know, what you know I mean? In that Methodist church hall place. My lawyers.
It was at King.
Stark, John, Quick, QC. Where I had to come out and try to tell people. I even had to use some strategy to get to a professor who was at the, let's remember her name, I can't come back to part right now, who was staying at a hotel, the Kingston Park Hotel up there, we used to be up there.
Grandine House?
Tried to get some documents together and carry to her. Where Ras Gonzalez went and tell them, that's the way he told them on stage the night. When anybody wanted to see in this big reparation where all these heads are going, one black man is raving a picket right there and then. All kind of insults all at me that night there, but I stood my ground. People know the pain I go through in this country, you know, which I would tell them. What Ras Gonzalez. Some shepherds, I think there's some shepherds in name. Remember, his name is not shepherd, but I can't remember the post, you know, but I think his title is not shepherd. And I give the document them to her. And Ras Gonzalez told them and stage that night. When I was there, I was mashing up the environment at the back. And I lived to hear Ras Gonzalez came back and said last year on Bing Radio Station, what was said to him was a lie. I was able to get Ras Gonzalez to go into Parliament myself with Marlon Mills and Phil Moore and Pastor Providence and those guys to get a letter to him to admit that he will restore my business, restore our business, and send my children to school, even they haven't done none of it. But the fact remains, it is on the Hansard in the Parliament. And if any government come later and have a heart, they will be able to say, man, this is a government who made a decision. This is not something political. This is a government, and it will stay there. Even they get it, somebody will come there with a heart to tell people that we are going to have one wicked. But I told Vincent, and the man is a wicked man. What's happening to the now? People going to the bank with salary and can't get. Teachers with children. That is how heartless. Children, teaching the children and who's the police or whoever, nurses and all of them. Can't go to a bank, to an empty bank account. Most people who work in Carlisle and getting a salary live from paycheck to paycheck because Carlisle do not, they have mortgage, they got all things. You know, some people say. And I hope Lansford Weeks is listening, because I'll be listening to you. And morning and being program. Lansford is basically saying, like if you are saying, nothing wrong with that. You hear what Camilo said? Is Camilo saying? $60 million is what you need to pay pensioners. You getting your salary. How come if $60 million scholar you have to go out to pay pensioners? How come in our hate pensioners have to take the vaccine first before they get the pension? You're not hearing that. But people working as people who are making a contribution to the development of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. We call it wicked enough. Oh gosh, we are the wicked bad. This is Christmas, man. This is Christmas. Gosh, I look at my heart, my man. You getting a pension week. Out of that $60 million, that check will cut for you out of that. And persons who work, you turn up to work, can't get it paid, can't get it paid. I tell you the pain, I remember it. Remember many a days. I know I forget somebody and somebody important. Helen Olivier. And I know the creator, my creator, I trust will bring me to her. Many a days, I would have been like those people out there if it wasn't her. And those folks who lost the job. Custom workers and whoever they are who lost the job. If it wasn't for her, I would not be able to give food to my three children who was living it. Oh gosh, where we heart gone. Where our heart gone. I told you I was going to have wicked. Watch now. Thank you to my creator. You never leave me nor forsake me. It took 11 years to bring to the minds of intention when I was saying that the man is wicked and evil. So what? Look at them now. Look at now. That you are willing to take other people's job because they decide. Look in Europe. You hear in cases like these countries are countries that are highly vaccinated. And you hear they say the cases in these countries are record-breaking. And they have a vaccine, record-breaking. Before the vaccine, that means before the vaccine they were doing much better with corona than what they are doing now. Record-breaking all over the world. It's a clear indication that people are just saying, give it time. Let these people prove themselves. Let them do something better. Let them go back to the drawing board and come with a better vaccine. That's all people are asking.
I think the more that they go to the drawing board is the thing is the more that it's morphing. You know, so it's almost like, well, you are, and I would have said this from early. You know, you have to make a decision as to where you want to go. I remember a couple of years ago, I saw a representative from I don't think it was an African country, another country, but he came to not parliament to the UN in his native dress, in his native attire. Now, who does that? Nobody. Nobody does that at all, you know. Nobody does that at all, and you know that was a personal decision for him to be made. You know, no, he could be personally ridiculed because, like, how the hell are you gonna go to UN without a suit and tie? You know, but that was a personal decision that he made.
You see what I mean? So, but Kali not talk about personal because, and this is what they are saying, that these people had choice, and this is what we say, these people had choice, and choice they come with consequence. So because people make a choice not to choose, the consequence must be, you must eat. So Carla, I want to give you a task. And I really want to take it on. A lot of you like to listen to me on a Saturday morning. Say what? I don't know if because we need a medium to do this. I hope Doug is listening. I am asking between today and Thursday next week, let us have a fundraising drive and this radio station here, where we could go and where we could start to raise some money. I don't mind. I don't have money because I don't know been cut off my 3 crores last about 2 weeks ago. Cut off all. I couldn't produce nothing. No juice, no bread, nothing, no food, nothing. But I survived by the grace of the Creator, my Creator. Let us start a drive. Let us start to make contribution. I don't want to be collecting anything. Let me start to make a contribution. That you could raise some money. That you could buy some ham. You could buy some grocery. Even if I cut the ham in 2, can I buy 30 gifts and cut them in 2, a small ham. For those who eat in ham, those who eat in turkey. And let we Get a list of all the names of all those persons who are home without a paycheck. Please, let me do it. Let me have a heart. Let me not be like, well, please.
That's a good initiative, but I can tell you something where that is concerned.
Let me do it. Let me get a list of all the names, genuine names, and make sure all of them get a little food basket.
I would have liked the business to go to Jennifer Cheverton, but all our hams are sold out.
Yeah. Carla, it is not hard to do, Carla. Yeah. Just like how we could put a drive to get vaccine, put drive to give vaccine in everybody's hand. We could get a drive. We could get this done by Thursday.
I hear you.
Start with me.
It's good thinking.
I don't know what I could give, but I will give her something. I will make a gift. I will give something. We can't let our brothers and sisters, Carla, we're talking about out there. The pain are real. Carla, are you live it already? Carla, are you live it?
Yes.
It's a real pain, Carla. It's painful, Carla. It's painful. So those who might have got something to put aside, who still can need to see the family, let them go ahead. But let me see if we could do something. Let me see if we could do something for our people. We can't make our guns are divide like divide us like this. We can't allow it. This is wickedness. I really want somebody to pick it up. Please, give me a call. Do something, please. Let me start a fundraising drive. And by Thursday, we should be able to start to get distribution that we could make to these people. Get somebody to collect the names. Bring a letter what you use to dismiss you, anything at all. And let me get some food baskets together, man. We can't. No, we can't. We can't be like this, Carl. And Carl, before I go, but I want to go have a lunch. And we have food, right? We're talking about the airport, Carl, and we're talking about the debt of Sinmin to $2 billion. And we have an airport that we were building that one to change Sinmin. The airport was to change Sinmin, and Carl, I was stuck out of my wit. And after 21 years of our government in this country, Mustique is still the breadfruit tree, the banana field, the chicken in the pen that we could still depend on. And if Mustique, they could do what they like in Mustique, and not a soul to care for it. The carnival asking another soul to care for it. They are the ones who run the country. We hear about $100 and something million a year. We get coming out of Mustique. You don't think there should be a shame that Ralph Guns have after 20 years in government that there's not one income generating project that Ralph Guns have put in place for over $2 billion in there. And I strongly believe that IMF, this is my personal belief, that IMF is still being using diplomacy or being diplomatic and cautious and protective or guarded of that amount of money we go. I believe it's far more than $2 billion. And we have nothing to show more than a glorified parking lot for rich folks to park the jet out at Argyle for this Christmas. A glorified parking lot. Because nobody can tell me, 3 of them jets are bringing people here twice a week or 3 times a week. Can't have a penny light bill for that thing out there.
And the $2 billion is as of September?
You see what I mean?
Yeah.
So what we have for this Christmas is a glorified parking lot for rich guys who can't park the plane because it's too small. We cannot one is too small to land them, so they land them there and park them up there. Pay a landing, pay a parking, or whatever that thing, what I call it. The amount of money they will spend on a bottle of something to drink down when they go down to Kenya 1. It's nothing. They will spend more money, I should say, on a drink, on a bottle of drink of their choice in Kenya 1. That's what they might pay to park the big time and get out there. Unless I see it there, agriculture, produce, air lifted out of this country by some of them dreamliners. Because that is what it's supposed to do. that is when they will start to see the touch of the life of Vincent and economically. Yeah? So for me, that is what we have out there right now. I supported the construction of the airport. No? You know, one from it, I supported it based on what was sold to us. That we were going to, agriculture was going to take off. You do see. Even though they don't support
Roti
soda
still hot on the juicy.
But the juicy would have been in America cold. The hot car like cold.
No, the roti would have been hot.
The roti would have been hot.
And the juicy cold.
You know what I mean? All those are things that I heard was sold to us.
Well, your pleas would have reached one listener. Somebody just sent a WhatsApp says.
You what?
Somebody just sent a WhatsApp says, I don't have, but I will give money to help.
Okay, wonderful.
Yes,
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes.
And I know if I call and Helen Olivier, where you are, see that. We have to make this. We have to do this. Carla, I want you, please, Carla, take up the initiative. Please talk to Dougie. Let you put a drive in place to make sure that these people have something to eat. Carla, I said it there. Please. For the glorified airport we have out there, the glorified docking lot, the parking lot for big jets. That's what we're going to say. A lot of jets will park about there for this Christmas. They gone down where they have to go to drink. One bottle of big drink will pay. It will cost more than what they will pay to park up out there. And they'll go tell me where Ralph Gonzalez in this country. Vincent Chan, it's time for Ralph Gonzalez to go. Busted! Ralph Gonzalez and Julian Francis, the First Blood. Kovac, want back the money. Put the thing in the arm that they give away Ralph. Kovac, want back the money. Carla, you have the four-wheel drive and come back.
Yeah, but well, I would have missed the four-wheel drive this morning. I've been in the station since 3 a.m.
But you read them section run on the road, man. The kitchen is ours, man. The kitchen belongs to you. You push that key. You push in the field of that.
You go find a parking spot for me this time of day and get back up here on time.
Call them and tell them you have happy to you. And they pull up by your side of the gate, we're going into Tokyo, and somebody had to talk to you, man.
Yeah, I got mine. Narissa Sandy, who works here, she hooked me up with the two sandwich and some zabaka this morning.
Wonderful.
Yeah. And she said I have to go to church with her, but we're gonna see because she wants me to go to KBC and
so that means you're not that hungry then.
I'm not hungry.
So that glory. So let me tell you what it is. A glorified parking lot for big jets. That is what we have out there for this Christmas holiday coming up. And Vincent and we got Vincent and gone home, all because they make a choice. A choice. Something like the Constitution allow Carlisle. The Constitution allow it and made provision for it that you must have a choice. Carlisle, not to say, Carlisle, if people was falling down in St. Vincent, what a disease, and it's kind of wrong this disease in your body, and infecting people, like the leprosy and all that type of thing. You're walking around with it, people could stay sick. I would have been one of those poor souls, people would have to line up to take the thing in your arm. But Carly, this, yes, it is a dangerous disease, but it's not like that. It is not like that. This COVID is not like that. You keep a distance, is what you have to do. But a few persons who want to go back to the life that they had too soon. We're not saying we shouldn't go back there, but they want to go back to that life so soon that they don't want to give it a little break. Take a drawback. That they're willing to mash up the whole country. Yes, we will in a week. You get your, I assure you get your pension check out of $60 million. Camilo say need to pay pension. You're not going to permit people getting the pension money, you know. Because you're contributing, you make the part. But what I'm trying to say, you eating, God, let somebody walking, you're still walking still. You still have to get up out of the bed and go out at 6 hours, whatever time, 5 o'clock in the kitchen, make breakfast for the child, hustle go to school, hustle go on the job at custom, hustle go on the job at port, wherever they have to go. Just to meet a reach on time to make that check. Yes, you did all those things in your time. But you home now, you could live on the bed until 9, 10 o'clock if you want. Knowing that there's a pension check, you're getting a pension check. No matter nobody take that away from you. But when you want, why you could go and get your pension check and buy a ham? But who working can go and buy one to give? They can't go and buy a gift for the child. The thing is real enough. This is not a fairy. This is not a fairy story I'm speaking. It's real. It is happening. And I'm honest to God, I really want us, Caroline, this morning, the day that our second national hero will be buried, Sojin. I want to let me launch it today and its burial. Save the Vincent and this Christmas who have lost the job. Let us do it. Trust me, it will benefit us. I am willing. And I know people around me who will contribute too. You can take a good heart. I know persons who working with me who will contribute something. I'm not careful to small. We cannot let this happen to Carla. We can't let people don't make this Carla. Please. Yes. Let me just back up a little while. Somebody else might want to speak.
Well,
if I'm talking nonsense,
I am going to
call after me and challenge me. Challenge me a bit.
Yes.
I don't mind.
I'm going to take a small break, but not.
Yeah, it's okay. Challenge me.
Yes.
Challenge me. That's what I want. So Buster again, Carla. Ralph Gonzalez and Julian Francis. Do force blood. Cover for back the money. Buy back the money. Put it in your hand. That's all they give out.